Hi, welcome back to our channel. We received a lot of questions in our comment section since we released our last video. Also, there are a few new updates. In this video, I will provide you the latest update regarding the economic impact payment, also known as a stimulus check for most of you, and answer some of the questions you have. Last but not least, I'll explain how to use the IRS new Check My Payment portal. For people who need help with the non-filers portal, please leave us a comment. Are you ready? Let's get started. If you aren't sure whether you're qualified for the stimulus check or not and want to find out more details related to the stimulus check, make sure to check out our first video here. Okay, let's go over the updates first. The IRS started sending out stimulus payments last week, and quite a few of you have already gotten the deposit in your bank account. That's great news. And if you don't have direct deposit information with the IRS and want to get the money faster, you need to use the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website. We will guide you through how to use it later in the video. This Get My Payment portal is now live on the IRS website. You can use the portal to confirm your payment type, so you can find out whether you will get the money through direct deposit or a paper check. You can also check the status of your payment, such as when you will get the check. And if you'll get a paper check and the IRS hasn't sent it yet, you can have the option to enter direct deposit information so you will get the stimulus check faster. But you need to do that before the IRS sends you a paper check. We've heard many users receive the following message: payment status not available. To make things worse, entering information too many times can get you locked out of the system for 24 hours. This might be because the server is overloaded. It might be because you just filed your tax return and your information hasn't uploaded into the system yet. Either way, there's nothing you can do. The IRS is updating the system every evening. So if you get an error message today, just wait until tomorrow and try to enter the information again. And hopefully by then, you'll have an update. Third, currently there is a proposed bill called the Emergency Money for the People Act that would provide each taxpayer $2,000 per month for 6 to 12 months. Again, nothing is finalized yet. We will provide you an update when we have more information. And before I answer questions from viewers, I want to emphasize again about potential stimulus check scams. As we mentioned in the last video, don't give out or enter your personal information online or in person. And the IRS will not call, text, or email you. Some of the scams we've seen are someone claiming to help you get your stimulus check faster by paying a processing fee, or you are asked to validate your personal and banking information in order to receive the stimulus check. Another one is receiving a check for a larger amount than you're supposed to receive. You will then be notified of the overpayment and asked to send money back in the forms of cash, gift cards, or money transfers. Don't fall for any of these scams. Now let me address some of the questions from the comment section of our last video. This viewer asked, "Hi, my spouse has both the ITIN and Social Security number. I'm the primary with the Social Security number, but on my tax return, we used my spouse's ITIN for 2018 and 2019. Is there a way to update the Social Security number and get my stimulus check?" As mentioned in our previous video, for households with mixed immigration statuses, where your spouse or dependent child use an individual taxpayer identification number, no one in the household will qualify for the stimulus checks, unfortunately. However, remember the current check they sent you is just an estimate based on your 2018 and 2019 tax return. The actual amount will be based on your 2020 tax return. So when you file your tax return next year, make sure to use the Social Security number instead, and you should be able to get the extra $1,200 as tax credit, as long as you meet the earnings threshold. And for those of you who will still have mixed immigration status in 2020, you need to figure out if it's more beneficial financially to file separately versus jointly. And you also need to consider the consequence of applying for citizenship in the future. We suggest you to consult both a tax accountant and immigration attorney before making any decisions. A lot of you have asked when you will get your stimulus check. If you have direct deposit on your tax return, and based on the poll we've done on our Facebook group and our channel, it seems like half of you have gotten the money, and the rest of you will probably get your money this week. If you don't have direct deposit, the IRS will start sending out paper checks April 24th. They will start with the people with the lowest adjusted gross income first. There's actually a schedule online, and we will share the link in our description. Again, if you want to get your check faster, I suggest you go to the new IRS Get My Payment portal and enter your bank information as soon as possible. The next question is regarding non-residents. Hi, I'm a permanent resident since March 2020, just 1 month ago. I have a Social Security number and I've filed my taxes in 2018 and 2019. However, I have not received the stimulus package. Am I eligible for that? If so, how should I inform the IRS about it, as it seems they send the package based on the previous year's tax information, and last year I was a non-resident. You won't get the stimulus check this year if you filed your taxes as a non-resident in 2018 and 2019. However, when you file your 2020 tax return as a resident next year, you will get it as a tax credit. Viewer Shannon asked, are we getting the check every month? No, this is a one-time assistance from the government. You will get the check this year or next year when you file your tax return, as long as you meet the requirements. Again, if you don't know what the requirements are, make sure to check out our first video. Another viewer asked, if you're still paying student loans, will you keep your stimulus check? If you have student loans or owe taxes to the IRS, they will not hold your check or deduct money from your qualified amount. The only people who will have money deducted from the stimulus check are the ones who owe child support. Some of you asked if you receive SSI, will the stimulus check go to the Direct Express card? The IRS, the Treasury Department, and the Social Security Administration confirmed that the check will go to whatever payment method you usually receive your SSI benefit through. So if you get your benefit via the Direct Express card, the check will deposit in the card. And if you usually get a paper check, you will get the paper check from the IRS. The Treasury anticipates SSI recipients will receive these automatic payments no later than early May. Viewer Tamara asked, I am on SSDI and filled out a non-filer's report. When I go to check the payment on the IRS site, it says payment status not available. When will SSDI get theirs, and what does that mean? So if you receive SSDI and or SSI, you don't need to use the non-filers portal. This is what it says on the IRS website. If you receive these benefits, we already have your information and you will receive $1,200. Do not use the non-filer application. All right, let's go over the new Get My Payment portal now. Again, you can use this portal to confirm your payment type, so you can find out whether you will get the money through direct deposit or a paper check. For people with direct deposit information, you can use the portal to check the status of your payment, such as when you will get your check. If you have already filed your 2019 tax return, the IRS will use that information to deposit your check, and you cannot change that if there's an error. If you filed your 2018 tax return but not your 2019 tax return yet, the only way to update your direct deposit information is to file your 2019 tax return electronically as soon as possible. Otherwise, they will just deposit the check to the bank account on your 2018 tax return. Please note that the IRS is currently not processing individual paper tax returns due to the COVID-19 outbreak. So the only way to do it is electronically. For people without direct deposit information, you can use this portal to enter the direct deposit information as long as the IRS hasn't sent you the check yet. As of right now, the IRS hasn't sent out any paper checks yet, so it's a good idea for you to do it now if you want your check faster. For people who don't have the direct deposit information, the IRS will ask for your Social Security number and your adjusted gross income in 2018 or 2019 to verify your identity. So make sure to have that ready. When you get to the IRS website, which is www.irs.gov, you will scroll down and click on the Economic Impact Payments box. You will see two boxes. One is the Get Your Payment portal for people who usually file taxes, and the other one is the Non-Filers portal. We will go over the Get Your Payment portal in this video. Clicking on the Get My Payment button will lead you to the second page. It provides a bit of explanation of what this portal can do. Click on the Get My Payment button in the middle. It will go to the next page and give you a warning. Click OK. Depending on how busy the server is, sometimes it will take a bit longer to get to the next page. We got lucky when we did it and it went straight to the following page. Here you will enter your Social Security number, your date of birth, your street address, and your zip code. Remember, all of the information has to match the information on your tax return, or it will give you an error or won't let you proceed. Unfortunately, if you need to update your information, you cannot use this portal to update it. After you've filled out all of the information, click Continue. Since we have direct deposit information on our tax return, it shows when we will get the check and which bank account. All right, that's it for today. If you have more questions, please leave us a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.